Hey guys, I'm SPIKE-A-SAURUS and today I'm going to show you how to build this armory block by block. Now this isn't the most complex thing in the world because I wanted to show you how to build something that was easy with blocks that are relatively easy to get but also have some detail to it. I've used a fair amount of repetition so that you can build something large but only have to remember a few patterns and a few techniques. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is jump down and make sure I have enough area. First I'm just clearing some grass. Okay, so I've cleared out a little bit of an area. The dimensions of this build are 21 by 21. So the way you want to do this is start with oak wood, and you're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do that again. And you're going to do a total of 6 pillars in a row. So that's the second one. So now I have 6 of those, each to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. And we're just going to make a box out of that. So I'm just going to go around and do the same thing. Okay, so we have the entire perimeter in. Now we need to get our spruce wood planks and go 1 in on the corner. So I'm just going to draw it out really quick and then you're going to go ahead and do this entire thing. So see how it is 1 in from either side. So essentially the perimeter is 2 blocks smaller, or the radius is 1 smaller. However you'd like to look at it, all you need to do is to make sure that behind all of these pieces of wood is a whole wall of spruce, so we have at least a board to work with. Okay, so now we have the entirety of the first wall in. It's all spruce wood planks. Now the next thing we want to do is take our oak wood again and just pull this piece of wood across so that it's going to the side versus up. See how these wood are facing up? You don't want them all to look like this. We want our wood going across the side, so we're going to go do that now. However, on the corners you can go ahead and leave those ones straight up. So now's where the tricky part comes in. We're going to want to create a repeatable design that's going to go all the way around these walls. So the first thing you're going to do is place in on all 4 corners stone bricks, stone bricks. Alright, so now that we have the stone bricks in the corners, we're going to take oak wood stairs, place them face up on these 2, face down on these 2. Pretty simple so far. Now we're going to take stone slabs and just fill those in there. We're going to take a chiseled stone brick, slap it right there, and then we're going to take oak wood stairs, put it upside down on the bottom, and then we're going to put it right side up here. So now you should only have 2 areas where the spruce is actually showing. The reason we did that is so that the inside is also a nice board for us to work off of for the interior. But this is it. This is the repeatable pattern that we're going to be doing on the front. Actually, for the front, we're going to go ahead and put oak wood stairs up on the top of these, and we're just going to repeat that. Now, the last thing that I'd like to say is that we're going to have slabs there. So this is what you're going to do across all sides except for the front. We're going to change it up a little bit, so I'll save that for last. Okay, so I finished up the front. Notice how we have the oak stairs here, and making sure to put these stone slabs on top of these, covering the oak, so the top doesn't show. And on the sides, I have not done that, just so there's a little bit less detail and there's a little bit more in the front, so you sort of have an idea from what the front is, though it's not too drastic. So what I'm going to do right now is just fill out this grass so we have an area to put some more bricks, but assuming you already have this worked out, it's not going to be too much of a problem. The point being that what we're going to have around the bottom of these walls is a little pattern that goes like this. You're going to have 2 stone slabs, then 1 stone slab, and then you're going to put 1 on the ground. Now I should mention that we should put some block in here so it's not grass. This can be any block if you're choosing, but for now I'm just going to put in spruce. But anyways, you'll have 2 and then 1 and then just 1 on the floor, then 1 again and then 2. So that's that exact pattern. It's just going to repeat again. So it's going to go back down to 1, go on the floor, 1, and then 2. Now as we wrap around the corner, you're just going to put 1 again, and then you're going to go to 2 and then go back down. So that's the pattern that's going to take. So once you've done that, now we're going to work on this little front section. We're just going to change it up a little bit. The first thing we're still going to do is we're going to put 2 stone bricks down here. We're going to put oak stairs on top of those, then stone slabs, oak wood stairs again. But here's where we're going to change it up a little bit. So now we're going to take some oak wood. We're going to have it face out here, and just down and 1 over. We're going to place this sticking out a little bit, and on the top and bottom of those, we're going to put a slab. So now right where the door is going to go, right above that, we're going to have a stair upside down, a chiseled stone brick, 1 stone slab, and then right above it we're going to do 2 oak wood, and on the top of that and the bottom of that we're also going to do stone slabs. Lastly, we're going to put oak slabs on top of these 2 oak blocks and also right here. So now that you have the entire outside wall done, now we're going to just throw in a simple roof for now. We're going to change it up a little bit later, but for now all you have to do is fill in with stone slabs across the entire roof. So once that's complete, I just put a little glowstone up here for lighting so I could see and so that you could see what was going on, but that's not going to be the final position of those, so just forget about those placements. But what we're going to do now is notice how these are all very equal walls. We're going to start with the back. What we're going to do is build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is regular oak wood on both sides, and then you're just going to have it face down like this all the way across the top. Once you get to the top, bring it on down and then go across the bottom. This area is sort of, doesn't really matter, you can put a block in here or not, but the reality of it is that this is just going to be covered. Now in this large wall space, you're just going to do some random placement of stone, cobblestone, some stone slabs, and some polished andesite. Now what I tend to do after I've created this random pattern, if I don't like it in some areas, feel free to just go back and break some blocks and replace, you know, whatever your heart desires. Just make sure it's something you feel okay with. Sometimes it's hard to get used to this whole randomizing thing, so really just go ahead and just start breaking blocks and like not even realizing what you're placing there, and eventually you'll get to something that you like. So I think this is random enough for me. That's what I'm feeling. So lastly, on top of these walls, we're just going to top them off with some stone slabs just so they're connecting and not sort of floating. All right, there we go. We have the back all in. So what I'm going to do now also is sort of create the armor stands. The pattern here is going to be 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and so on. Making sure that you just leave a gap over here on the ends, and also in front of the ones where there's a 2 stack, just place one more slab in front. Okay, so for the floor, you sort of have 2 options. One thing you can do is just take out all the grass and then replace it by randomly placing spruce planks everywhere, and then filling in the rest with oak wood and just sort of going as you do it. And that's totally fine. That's what I'm doing. I prefer the random look, but if you really want some structure, then you can do something like, you can do stripes, or you can do like a checkerboard pattern, or whatever you're feeling, or just one basic color. But since I'm a big fan of randomization, we're gonna go ahead and randomize them. All right, so this is the random pattern that we've got. Now I just noticed there's a little big splotch over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, yeah, okay, I like that. That's kind of cool. Okay, so now it is time to repeat the same thing you've just done right here, again on the left wall and again on the right wall. Alright, so now it's time to work in a little bit of lighting to the ceiling. That's going to be our actual lighting. And I'm actually just going to randomly make this up as I go. I guess the first thing that I'm noticing that we're going to need to do is that we need to first double up on these stone slabs. Alright, so all I've done so far is just run slabs once more along through the middle and centered through the middle, but 2 on each side, so a total of width of 5. So now I'm going to pick placements for my glowstone. I know I'm going to want one here, maybe every 3. Yep, okay, that seems to work out pretty well. Now around the glowstone, you want to place slabs. That way it just looks like it's protruding a little bit. So once you've done that, you can go ahead and break all the glowstone that we were using just to build. Now I can sort of see that it's still dark over here. So what we're going to do now is where these pillars are, we're actually going to break them and place glowstone on the bottom and the top of each pole. All right, there we go. The lighting seems to be pretty good in here. Okay, so for the stairs to get up to the top, I realize that we are going to have to knock down just a little bit of this building. Right now I think it's just going to be the glowstone and these 2 pieces of wood right here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to knock out a 2x2 area here, and then once again a 2x2 area here, and then also a 2x2 area here. Now to start, we're going to do oak wood stairs at the top, bring it down to another oak wood stair. Now here we're going to replace this with an oak wood platform, and we're just going to keep on bringing the stairs all the way down. Now we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 4. Alright, so now that we have that, we're going to do a little bit of randomization under the stairs. Remember, just kind of randomly clicking, switching your mouse around, and just keep going. And there we go. So we've done that. Now, under each stair, we're going to place a stone slab. And also this stair and that stair. So there we go. Now we have a stairway up to the top. Now let's get up top. I think right now is going to be a good time to do the fencing. So what you're going to do is you're going to place 1 oak wood, a glowstone, and then on top a stone slab, just so you have a little bit of lighting on each of the corners. Once you've done that, you're just going to run spruce fence all the way along. Okay, for the structure on the top, you're going to count over from the first stair, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. And you can break all these. That was just the measurement, so it's going to be up 2 and then over to the right 4 technically. So 1, 2, 3, and then place that. So you're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to go up 2, and then 1, 2, 3. The height of these are going to be 4 blocks tall. If you go over just one, we're going to put these only up 3 blocks high. On the sides, we're going to skip 3, place a pillar of 4, skip another 3, and then place another pillar of 4. Do that again on the back side. So now we have a sort of very similar thing going on as the front, or as the bottom, and now we're going to do the same thing sort of on the top, but it's going to be a little bit different, a little more tricky. So let's grab spruce and do the exact same thing we did before, run it up 4 tall and just do a wall all the way around the interior. Make sure to leave a 3 wide gap in the front for the entrance. Now on top of these spruce, we're going to take oak wood again, and on the top, we're going to do, on the corners, we're going to do 2 high, and then we're just going to run wood along the top like this. Though we are going to want these spruce blocks here. Okay, for the front, we're going to do oak slabs on the bottom, chiseled stone bricks in the center, 1 stone slab on the top of those, then oak wood stairs upside down on top of those. And on top of all these pillars, you can go ahead and put stone slabs. Coming back to the front, we're going to do oak, oak, and oak. So there's just a little arch like that. And on the bottom, only on this one, not on these 2. And we're going to put them on the top though. As for the sides and back, we're going to do stone bricks in the bottom corners. We're going to do an oak wood stair upside down and then a right side up, and then stone slabs on the top. We're going to leave the bottom one empty, then we're going to do a chiseled stone brick, a stone slab, a stone brick, and then a stone slab on top of that. So that's going to be the pattern we're going to repeat across all these. Alright, once you've done that all the way around, we're going to come back to stone slabs and just do every other block. I've also decided that I don't like this dark look, so I'm going to go ahead and do one slab inside all of these holes as well. Alright, next up on the roof is a pattern that's going to do the same thing on each side. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up 2 here and 2 here with stone bricks. We're going to do an oak wood stair, glowstone in the middle, slabs on top of the stairs, and then we're going to come back and we're just going to do 3 chiseled stone across the top. So that is it. So now what we're also going to need to do is add oak wood here, 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 and here. Or no, there. So see how you're just creating this arch, so we have oak wood on top of these bricks and those bricks as well. So once you add stone slabs on top of all these, you can go ahead and repeat that same thing on all sides. As for the top, you're going to go ahead and fill in this hole, add one on top, do a little X around, and then do one more on top. So that's all you need to do. Once you've done that, we can come around to the inside and start decorating the inside. Now what you want to do is under each oak wood stair, we're going to place a stone slab. Now in the corners, we're also going to place a stone slab on these chiseled stone bricks. Lastly, just bringing oak wood all the way down to the floor. Okay, so I've decided I want to change this up a little bit. Near the front, we're just going to take out these pillars and take out these 3 spruce. It's just going to give us a little bit more room. Now under these 2 stone bricks where we just took that out, we're going to add glowstone, and that's it. So now in the back, we're going to cut out 2, place 1 stone slab, then we're going to cut out 6 in the middle, place stone slabs like this, and 1 on the top, and we'll do that on both sides. Alright, for the elytra stands, we're going to do 2, and then just do 1 all the way around. So 2 in the center, 1 all the way around, 2 in the center, 1 all the way around. Now you have 2 options for the top. If you light this up really well and add in glowstone in the floors all the way around here, which we will do, then you don't necessarily need to worry about mob spawning. But if you do want to worry about it, what you can do is place stone bricks here, then grab yourself a door, come inside, face forward, and place it on the first block. Now once you've done that, come outside, take this oak wood, break it, and then have it face this way. Then, on the inside, place 1 more stone slab. So now it's sealed off. Once you close these doors, we don't have to worry about anything, and it's pretty smooth. Now the last thing I'm going to do here, so if you're going to go ahead and keep it open design, I would just throw some fences around like this. And if you're going to do the closed version, I would break these 2, just do fence here and fence here, and maybe 1 there. Yeah, I like the way that looks. So there you go, there's your design options. You have a closed door version, and you have an open version. So coming down to the inside, place some stone bricks right here, place a door from the inside. Now all we have to do is start decorating the inside with some armor stands and some chests. Now we want to place armor stands across all these top platforms, and we're going to put chests in the corners like this. Now also placing item frames just like this. In the item frames, I tend to place swords, axes, and pickaxes, and I usually just do a cool little design like this. But feel free to put whatever you want on these item frames, however you want. Heading upstairs, we're going to throw down some armor stands, and we're going to put an elytra on each of them. The little cutout makes it so we can see the elytra not be blocked by the blocks. We're also going to put some chests up here like this. Now that we've finished the interior, I've also remembered that we need to get some glowstone up here, so we're going to go ahead and just do every 3 we're going to do glowstone. And once again here, glowstone, 3, glowstone, 3, glowstone, glowstone, 3, glowstone, 3, glowstone. We'll also do that here, except we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to put 1 in front of the pillars here, and then we'll just have 1 maybe every 2. So something like that. I'm going to do 1 there for fun too. So now there's a ton of lighting up here. So the last thing, and this is optional, though I do recommend it. So we have the whole building, it's done, it's secure, there's lighting, it's detailed. But if you want to add a little bit more flair to it, what you want to do is go ahead and count over 3 blocks, so 4 blocks, and then you're going to place just a whole bunch of slabs. And we're going to sort of go around the perimeter like this. And let's do this over here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But when we get to the corner, we're going to do a curve like this. So we'll just cut it in 2 like that. Once again, when you reach the corner, just go ahead and cut off and make this little round like this. Now when you get to the front, obviously there might be something blocking your way. You might not have, it might not be flat here, but if you do, what I would recommend is just bringing out this as far as you want. So this is where your creativity is going to come into play. So bring this as far as you want out, assuming this were flat like this. So now that we have a flat space, I'm just going to bring this out a little bit more, and then I'm going to do the 2 rounding trick and then we're going to go ahead and just bring this across the front. Okay, so once you've brought this all the way around, what you're going to go now and do is you're going to cut the front 3 off, and then you're just going to bring it in once with the stone slab here and here. So that way it just looks like that. Now on the inside of this, starting here and all the way inside, so everything that way and everything this way, you can go ahead and do the exact same randomization technique as we did in there with stone bricks. Just kind of place random stone bricks, place some stone, place some andesite, and don't forget your slabs. Alright, once you've completely randomized the floor with these blocks, we're going to now pick where we want our planter. So I'm going to leave maybe 5 blocks. So we're going to do 1 in the middle and then 1, 2. I'll just mark this out. So then 1 in the middle, 1, 2. So this leaves us sort of a 5 wide walkway that I'm now going to go ahead and sort of pick out the size that I want. Now you guys can do this to any dimensions that you want, but I think I'm just going to go with something that's 5 wide, maybe like this. Actually, I like the way this is going to look, I think. But anyways, I'm just kind of making these little rounded off planters. This is where you guys can creatively just give it a shot. Just going to repeat that on the other side. And now inside of all this, we're going to want to place grass. Now obviously if you're doing this in survival, feel free to just leave this area planned out and don't cut this grass. Or if you have silk touch or whatever, you can also just go get the grass. Or there's various techniques to get grass in here, but easiest would probably just be leave it marked out. So just make sure you kind of plan accordingly. Once you've done that, we're going to surround the perimeter with leaves. And then in the middle, I would just make like 1, 2, or 3 little piles depending on your length. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 piles because we sort of have a shorter little garden little thing here. But something like that works just fine. And then you're just going to bone meal all the inside of the rest. Now on this side, we're going to do the same thing, but try not to do the exact same pattern in the middle. Alright, so there's that. Now the last thing I want to do is make sure we just have some glowstone on these floors. That way at the nighttime we won't have things spawning. It also makes it look really cool. In no particular order, I'm just going to start here, and I'm going to skip 3, go here, skip 3, go here, and so forth. So that way we have a little bit of glowstone here, and then just go ahead and just whatever you're feeling, honestly, just put it wherever you want. I'll do 1 here, and I'll also just do 1 there. Let's see, skip 2, go here. You can also do it around these sides as well. Here you might want to just line them up with the pillars. That would be a good idea. And I think I'll also add in 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, and also on the same side, just centering it, skipping 2, and also just skipping 2. So there we go. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. I hope you enjoyed this small little tutorial, and I hope you get a chance to build it too. Let me know what you want my next small tutorial to be in the comments below. I'm SPIKE-A-SAURUS, and I'll see you next time.